Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Duck Show podcast, and here is Nazari with you. It's our fourth episode, and today is gonna be something special. I want to try a slightly different podcast format. I picked up the most interesting football questions that I will try to answer. So let's begin. I have definitely selected general questions so that all listeners, even without knowledge about football, can understand what we are talking about. So, I would also like to see your questions in the comment under the post on Instagram or under this podcast. I'm glad to answer everyone. I will also be able to discuss some of them in future episodes. So we will start with the topic that is interesting for me about coaching, and the first question will be like that: what coaches do you like? Are there any famous coaches in your country? Oh, actually, for me, it's good one because I'm very interested in this topic. I read books about it, and I can say that before the beginning of the dipping, I could even imagine that each of them has such an interesting and the same moment big story behind their back. Usually they say that you can either be good as player or good as a coach, but I'm ready to argue with that statement because I know a few examples that were fantastic both as a football player and as coach. I would like to single out Ukrainians who are also known all over the world and who have shown top level football both in Ukraine and in Europe. So the first one is Andrei Shevchenko, who is a former player of Dynamo Kiev, AC Milan when he got the Ballon d'Or, and London's Chelsea. So later he became the coach of national team of Ukraine and achieved pretty good results. They had a lot of winning games, and now he became the head of the Ukrainian Football Association. We are so proud of him because he became the legend, he became the idol of young players, and now you can still hear his surname in Europe, especially in Milan, because they are still remember the team with Ronaldinho, Shevchenko, Maldini, David Beckham. Yeah, what amazing team! They were like one of the best at all time. Another beautiful example is Sergei Rebrov, who played for Shakhtar Donetsk, Dynamo Kiev, Tottenham, Fenerbahce, and West Ham United, and then also for the Ukrainian national team. So his football career was pretty nice, and then he went to Ferencvaros, and he won there several championships with immediately after joining the club as a football coach. And then he went to Saudi Arabia also for coaching, and then now he became the head coach of the Ukrainian national team. So those are good examples to show us that the players who were good at football career can become good at coaching career. And it's not only Ukrainian ones, because we are moving to European coaches who reached heights in football as both players and as coaches. For me, an ideal example of that would be Zinedine Zidane, the legendary French player who won the hearts of those who sat in front of the screens with his dribbling, his ball control. It was something incredible. And some dribbles, some skills called also by his name. now. Zidane has also Ballon d'Or, and most of the time he played for Real Madrid, and then he became the coach of Real Madrid, and he made ideal, the perfect team that won a few Champions League titles in a row. Twice FIFA World Cup winner and twice UEFA Super Cup winner. He created one of the scariest teams in the Champions League history. Because at those times, everyone was scared of Real Madrid. It was Sergio Ramos, Ronaldo, Toni Kroos, Modric, Carvajal, players who was ready to kill their opponents, just kill them for win to get the Champions League title. And I would also like to mention here two already legendary coaches, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, two German coaches who went through the way of football players. They didn't stand out much there, but they became coaches who write a history of football every day. And thanks to their thinking, mentality, and desire, they can even starting from scratch create top level teams. Reading books about them, I was simply amazed how much they influenced the development of each of their teams where they were. How they were able to get these teams out of problem situation, how painfully they said goodbye to the clubs, and how they celebrated after rising the cups over their heads. And we cannot forget about Jose Mourinho, a person who has won all European championships, showing himself to the world and showing each of his opponents what he is capable of. He also stood out for his character. Jose is an impulsive person and he often got into disputes and conflicts, but at the same time, he also often emerged victorious from them, achieving the highest results with his team. This is insane. It's actually insane. I cannot understand. Like, he gets not the best teams, but he can reach any result he wants. Any result he wants, even if no one believes in him. The next question is, who is your favorite coach and what are his best qualities? Probably my favorite coach will be Pep Guardiola. I'm inspired by his approach to training, how he charged all the players with his energy and how much he lives in it. Lives in a game and every match. It's unbelievable. Following me, the best qualities of a coach are self confidence, teamwork, and desire, burning eyes to victory, and readiness for any situation and results. Those are the most important. Also, coaches must have good nerves because standing on a sideline for 90 minutes of a match without emotions is simply impossible. This is a situation that's very important for you, but you can only influence it by substitutions or shouting with helps of or tips or changes. And coaching is a hard work that takes a lot of time and thought, but also brings a lot of happiness and pleasure. And we are following to our next question, and it sounds like that. Would you like to become a coach yourself? So, would I like to be a coach? I guess so, yeah. After all, football is a dangerous sport, and you can never guarantee yourself a football career. because of the huge number of injury that can stop your path as a football player just any day. Doesn't matter if it's much, if it's training or anything like that. Doesn't even have to be on a football field or in a sport situation. It can be like accident at the home or outside the home. It's pretty dangerous like everywhere, and you cannot predict your future, you cannot predict your football career, so you always have to have like plan B or something. And especially for me, I would like to connect my life with sports, and I think the coaching could be one of these opportunities in the future. Even if I will be successful in my football career, after that I can become a coach, I guess, or I can work for media and I can work like in journalistics. There are a lot of opportunities to work with connection football or just with connection to sports. So I guess it will be my opportunity as a football coach. But these are just thoughts at the moment because sitting on the bench now during the matches, I'm much more nervous than being on the field, and generally don't understand how coaches can withstand such a moral load. You need to be very strong mentally. You have to work on your mentality, work on your psychology, just on all the moral things in your head. You have to be able just to keep it calm. You have to be able to control yourself and not going too aggressive or not going too emotional, because that's the way most of the coaches are stopping with their careers because they cannot stand it anymore. As for me, it's the hard work. It's difficult work because it's not only training and matches. You have to work on yourself. You have to prepare for games. You have to prepare for training. You have to analyze the matches. You have to discover new tactics. You have to be able to work with any level team in your career, because you cannot like choose any team in the world you want and you're gonna become the coach there. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to start from, let's say, third division team or young players team, and then step by step go into the top level team, top championship teams. And that's what hard work is, and that's what improvement is. You have to be able to wait. You have to work until it's perfectly done. You have to be ready for lose. You have to be ready for any possible situations that can happen in your team. And you don't learn that at school, you don't learn it at the university or any coach courses or anything like that. You have to work on yourself. You have to improve yourself in emotional way, in analytic way, tactic way. You have to work a lot outside the field. And even if you was good as football player, it doesn't matter that you're gonna be good as a football coach, because it's another job. It's fully different type of tasks, different type of communication. Everything is totally different. So if any of you wants to become a football coach, just I let you know you have to be extremely strong in your mind. You have to be able to live with any result you get. You have to be ready for long time job. You have to be ready to work with any level team. That's I guess the most important, because you cannot go like any team you want. And I guess we're gonna stop here, and I think we need to divide this topic into two episodes, otherwise it will be too long. I hope you enjoy this format, and I look forward to your reactions. Subscribe to this podcast and its Instagram, which will be below in the description. Love you all, and see you in the next part and the next episode. Bye bye.